Good Thursday morning. I'm meteorologist Byron Douglas on this November 6th. Thank you for joining us on our streaming platforms. Going to say a quick good morning. Good morning to you, Cheyenne. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And we're doing some reboots back here, so I'll push the maps forward. Of course, we're going to have more coming up on our 20th anniversary of the November 6th tornado. Obviously, it's a somber anniversary. We'll have more details coming up with Jeff, Art, and Michael coming up later, and you'll have more on 14 News later on throughout the day. Then our special starts at 6:30. It was a historic tornado. 25 were killed. Most were in Eastbrook, 20. There's a great memorial out there. Jeff and I just visited, and we'll take a look at that in the anniversary special. Thank all the first responders. National recognition for our first responders was a historic tornado in F3. Now virtually would be classified as an EF5. And when we flew up in Chopper 14, it was on the ground for 42.5 miles, crossed the Ohio River 3 times, nearly 4 times. And as I mentioned, top winds there at 200. 500 structures were destroyed. 247 injured. That's where the first responders came in. We're credited for saving lives 20 years ago today. Corey, Laura, good morning to you. Thank you for watching down there in Dawson Springs. Leslie Chapman, 14 News. Thanks for tuning in. Talk with Leslie. This is her morning show. All eyes on Friday. Right now, I've taken the alert day off the board. It's a little more favorable. We do have an isolated severe weather threat across western Kentucky. Madisonville up to about Owensboro, Tell City. Tell City, Troy Candleton. We had a great visit up at Perry Central yesterday. And shout out to our friends there in Derby. You guys are in this risk there as well. Magnet in these locations across southern stretches of Perry County, kind of following Highway 66, which is awash there in fall colors. And right now, the greatest severe weather threats across Tennessee and down through Bowling Green, but it's not a zero threat. Most of the areas in a general risk, but we're not risk for a tornado threat. I'm not concerned about hail, just based on some of the profiles I'm looking at. And that damaging wind threat, Madisonville, Owensboro, Whitesville, Muhlenberg, Central City, Greenville, up into Ohio counties during that time frame. All right, so there's a look. We finished our reboot, so we're kind of working here on the fly just a bit. Thank you to our Jason Gravens there in operations. So the reason I took the alert day down, the tornado threats down through Bowling Green, Nashville, and then into Huntsville. New information has come in. We make some modifications, and I don't want to just keep the alert day up just because it has shifted a little farther to the south. So we'll make adjustments if needed. So Madisonville, Greenville, Hartford, these areas, I think you guys could catch a severe thunderstorm warning points to the south. Obviously, you want to be indoors for that. Nothing on Doppler radar. You got some showers up through about Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, out towards Hershey. And you got some light showers out there in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Look at our temps, 46 at Evansville. We went below guidance this morning, hit 39, 50 in Madisonville, 49 now up in Oakland City. Flora, Illinois is at 43. The cloud guidance generally is low, a few cirrus clouds, and then we'll see a few more clouds in here for tonight. Here's a look at the next 12 hours. Generally, high temps will be in the low to mid 60s during that time frame. All right, let's go to the hourlies. I'm using the in-house model. By the way, rainfall for Friday has been scaled way back, and I'll have more on that in a moment. So winds will be out of the southeast. This takes us through tonight. Friday during the morning hours, we're fine. We'll start to cloud up. Let's see where these thunderstorms are. 3, 4 o'clock, the best setup for thunderstorms generally to the south and east now at Bowling Green. So this thunderstorm outlook continues to slide to the south and east. So the alert day is off the board. As we go into Saturday, Saturday is trending drier. Now we're going to be dealing with rain on Saturday, but most of the showers will hold off until Saturday night. This takes us into the afternoon, so perhaps you're going to an outdoor wedding, or just going to take a look at the pageantry of fall colors, whatever you're doing, will start to cloud up, and then here come the showers on Sunday. I'm using the mid-range model. Here's the European model. All of them are showing pretty much rain in here early, will be brisk on Sunday. And then look what happens on Sunday night. Another shot of cold air, then a few scattered snow showers. Nothing that we'll have to shovel, but a few flurries around on Monday. Wind chills generally 10 to 20 above. So it's going to be cold as we go into Monday. And I'll give you a portion here of the 7-day forecast and we'll fill it in. So 70 on Friday, those scattered showers and storms shifting a little farther to the south. So I removed the red, the alert day. 68 Saturday during the day, most of the showers would be overnight. Monday, a few flurries. 39, the growing season's going to end. Generally a couple mornings in the 20s. And then next Wednesday, some modification of temperatures up to 64. Come back. I want to shout out Perry Central. I have more on my Facebook page. We had a wonderful visit out there, and they did some weather presentations where they went through the weather up there at Perry Central, all the 8th graders. More there, and we'll have more school visits soon. Again, our tornado special tonight, the 20th anniversary, the November 6th tornado. We'll have more throughout 14 News. Michael and Arden will have more coming up at 11 a.m. at noon. Jeff, 4, 5, 6, and 10, and then our weather special, which starts at 6:30. Casey and Mitch have arrived. They'll have more in the news in a moment.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Well, good morning, and thanks for joining us here for the news portion of your stream show. It is Thursday now, November 6th. I'm Mitch Carter.
That's right. I'm Casey Mason. We appreciate you joining us. Of course, Byron Douglas, great job recapping our weather headlines. And now Mitch and I are going to bring you a couple of news headlines that we want to recap today as well.
Yeah, and keeping things pushing here, continuing to follow Tuesday's horrific UPS plane crash in Louisville. We had that all morning long. Of course, you've seen that, all over social media, on the national networks as well. And this morning, we now know they've upped the death toll to 12 people, including a young child. Now, meanwhile, several more are still missing. Have some footage here of that plane crash taking place on your screen from some dash camera video. Today, NTSB crews will launch their first full day of investigation after crews say they have found that plane's black box and flight recorder.
That's right. Meanwhile, Governor Andy Beshear has created the Team Kentucky Emergency Relief Fund to help those impacted. Donations made to the fund will help pay for funerals, response, recovery, and rebuilding. You can actually donate right now on the Team Kentucky website if you'd like to help out. Lots
Absolutely.
of folks just wondering, what can we do right now? Yeah. That's a small way that you can help at least give back right now.
Yeah, we know the governor was there on scene as well, giving some different meetings. I'm sure, like we mentioned there, the NTSB will be out there for several more days, probably at least the rest of the week, if I had to guess. And they'll be covering that, of course. Once we learn more information here on 14 News, we'll be sure to share it with you both on air and online at 14news.com.
That's right. And now we're going to switch gears. Big topic today here locally happening in our area, of course. It's the somber day here for the Tri-State, as it's been 20 years now since part of the Tri-State was hit by a deadly tornado. I know lots of folks impacted by this and remember this well. So during the early morning hours of November 6th of 2005, a tornado touched down near Smith Mills. Well, the the tornado actually became a violent F3 and then crossed the Ohio River. It left a 41-mile path of destruction, killing 25 people. 20 of those people were in the Eastbrook Mobile Home Park as well.
That's right. We plan to have more coverage, looking back on that devastating day later on tonight in our evening shows. We also have a special fall and winter preview show also coming up tonight at 6:30 here on 14 News. That'll be kind of a mix of talking about the tornado itself and then kind of shifting to our fall and winter outlook from our meteorologist here. I've got a story in that where I spoke with one of the survivors from that day, November 6, 2005. Talked to her in that. You'll have that story coming up there, as well as, stuff from Jeff, Arden, Byron, and Michael, going over a lot more of the minute details, talking about the track of it, all the casualties there, how it might have happened. Of course, a lot of our meteorologists here were here that night tracking it, so we'll have some stories from them as well. If you miss it, it's going to air Friday afternoon again from 12:30 to 1, and then again on Sunday from 11:30 to noon.
Yeah, again, your story, I've already seen it. It's incredible to hear those people's stories, and it's really impactful too. I mean, you're standing on one of the plots there where a mobile home once was. So we really hope you guys can check that out tonight. Again, a somber anniversary here in the tri-state. Lots going on nationally as well. Just wanted to recap some of those big headlines for you here this morning in case you weren't able to join us on Sunrise. That's why we do this show.
That's right.
We appreciate you meeting us where we're at, and vice versa. We'll be back here same time, same place tomorrow. Anything else you want to add, Mitch
I think
Carter?
we're good. Right now it's 8:41, like we mentioned there. Weather Special airs tonight at 6:30. After, we'll have more, of course, on the tornado, and I'm sure more on the plane crash as well during our 4, 5, and 6 o'clock news tonight. And then if you missed that Weather Special, it'll air again on Friday and then again on Sunday. But right now, coming up on 8:42 here this morning, please enjoy the rest of your Thursday. We'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow.
See you then.